And this is the astrological forecast for the sign of Cancer for 2021. I have to say that for most of you, it's going to be a much better year than 2020 has been. When I say most of you, I do mean 85 to 90% of you. There's a few of you who are going to continue to get hammered, but you are the exception rather than the rule. And we will come to specifics in a moment, but let's start with the basic details. Most notably, this is one of those rare years where there is no full moon in Cancer. That's because there was a full moon at the very end of December 2020, and there will be a full moon in Cancer towards the start of January 2022. But there is no full moon in Cancer in 2021. The new moon in Cancer is around the 10th of July. So those of you born around the 9th, 10th, 11th of July, you're going to find that the time of your birthday is a better than average chance for launching, fresh starts, new beginning, making things happen. Mercury will move into Cancer on the 11th of July, and it will then leave around the 27th, 28th of July. And therefore, the period of the last 2 weeks of July is going to be a better time than average for things like networking, travelling, speaking, thinking. Any type of media, any type of communication system should work better than normal in the second half of July. Venus will move into Cancer on the 2nd of June, and it will exit on the 27th of June. So it will be in Cancer for most of June. Venus is fine in Cancer. It's a little bit heavy on the sugar and the chocolate and the cakes, but nothing too excessive. And I don't consider either this Mercury or Venus transit through Cancer to be difficult at all, really. Mars, however, will move into Cancer on the 23rd of April. And then it will stay there until the 11th of June. So this is a 50-day, 7-week transit of having Mars in Cancer. During this period, it will pass over everybody's sun. Every single one of you will have Mars conjunct your sun during that 7-week period. So the negative side of this suggests that during that period, from late last week of April through to the middle of June, that all of you are going to get your buttons pushed for 2 or 3 days at some stage during that 7-week period. However, the equally strong positive side of this suggests that if you recognise this and you recognise that there's an abundance of energy, you can either use it in terms of getting into arguments or disagreements, or you can get down the gym or dig the garden or walk the dog or do something that uses your physical energy in a way that's projective and assertive without being confrontational and aggressive. If there's anything you actually want to do next year that involves a great deal of physical labour, redecorating, moving home, doing anything that's going to tire you out, then the period of late April to mid-June is the time to do it, because that's when your energies will be at their highest. When we look at the outer planets, there's positive, there's neutral, there's challenging. Let's deal with the challenging first of all, and here we have to look at Pluto. Pluto is the last remaining planet in Capricorn from the end of January onwards, and next year Pluto specifically is going to be opposing the Sun of those of you born around the 17th, 18th, 19th of August, perhaps the 16th, but certainly the 17th, 18th, with a tinge towards the 16th and 19th. So if you're one of these people born around the 16th to the 19th of July, July, then you're going to find that next year is going to have its challenges. There's going to be an element of subversive and coercive behaviour. There's going to be agendas, hidden things going on behind the scenes, and you're going to have trouble working out what's really going on. You would be advised to be cautious, not suspicious, but cautious in whom you trust. And new people who come into your life who seem to be too good to be true probably are too good to be true. I would advise caution in getting too deeply involved in any one particular project, relationship, enterprise that takes too much of your time and energy, and I certainly don't want to see you overstretch yourself or go out on a limb, because it will probably end in tears and you'll end up feeling used and abused. You can afford to be selective. Deal with people who tell you the truth, even when you don't like it, and you won't go wrong. But if you try and engineer circumstances in a way that's unethical or inappropriate, Pluto's going to come back and bite you on the ass in a way that's going to really hurt. You will find yourself alone and unpopular. Far better to live life according to your own beliefs and philosophies, even if it means alienating a few people around you, because at least you can then turn around to other people and yourself and say, yes, but I'm being honest to myself and I'm being honest to you. And if they don't like it, fine, there's the door. So, yes, if you're one of those people born over I'll say the 16th to the 19th of July, then, yeah, this coming year is not going to be easy. But it's also going to be very psychologically self-empowering. And you're going to become ever stronger inside yourself. Whereas Saturn is not going to be affecting you in 2021. Saturn is in Aquarius, a sign that you've got very little in common with. So I can't see Saturn manifesting in your chart at all over the coming year. Similarly, Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius most of the year. So I can't see Jupiter in Aquarius as affecting you either. So as far as professional situations go, Jupiter and Saturn are not really going to be challenging you that much. So financially, economically, professionally, it seems that there's going to be a degree of stability and balance. Jupiter will move into Pisces briefly from mid-May through to late June, and this is actually going to have a positive impact on the lives of those early Cancerians born around the 22nd, 23rd of June, at the very start of Cancer. And if you're one of these, then the middle of the year, mid-May to late July, is actually looking pretty damn good, as long as you go for quality, not quantity. But then we come to the positives, and it's only a select group of you. But Neptune is going to be smiling on some of you in 2021. Over the early part of the year, January and February, Neptune is finishing off a 2-year trine to those of you born around the 10th and 11th of July. And if you're one of these people, then your intuition and imagination and the stuff you've tried to create over this last year should start fruiting. After this, Neptune's then going to affect people born around the 12th, 13th, 14th, possibly 15th of July, in a way that's very empathic, intuitive, imaginal, creative, artistic, and even quasi-spiritual. So this is a rather nice upgrade in terms of sensuality for those of you born from the 12th to the 15th of July, and this is to be welcomed. And Uranus, which has been flirting with those of you born from the 28th of June to the 1st of July, 2nd of July in this last year, is still going on, and that will continue until April. So if you're one of these people born at the end of June or the very start of July, then 2021 is the first 3 or 4 months of 2021 is laced with opportunities to build on what you've been doing in 2020 and to relaunch yourself. Those of you born from the 2nd to the 5th of July are going to find that the same opportunities will arise for you from April onwards. Mid-April through to the end of the year is a very fortunate time. There's lots of opportunities, lots of potentials. This is the 2nd to the 5th of July. It's time for a fresh start, new beginning, initiating, relaunching, or upgrading existing situations in a way that's very adaptable to the emerging 21st century. For all of you, it's a much easier year than last year. There will be a brief period when things get a little bit intense, when Mars moves into Cancer, the 23rd of April to the 11th of June, and particularly in the first week of June when Mars in the sky will be opposite Pluto. But this will be a storm in a teacup, it just might be a bit sharp. But apart from that, once you're into the end of January, 2021's looking lighter. Big thank you to all the people who have supported me over the years, and have a great year. Bye now.